The Ivorian currency is a very stable currency, largely because of the relationship between the CFA and the Banque de France. It has the support of the Banque de France, and they work. It's a fixed exchange rate between the CFA and the French franc, or the euro. And what it has done, because they're working essentially a monetary board system, is to anchor their currency in a very stable macroeconomic context. So the issue there is not really about whether the currency is strong or weak, but that it is stable and therefore allows enterprises, entrepreneurs, a predictable framework for doing business. I think that more than anything else has to be our concern.
We're talking about China. China was in dispute settlement in the WTO for artificially manipulating their currency. So this is not something that we should be quoting, in terms of, but I'm just suggesting that if you look at the economic management paradigm for the matured economies, they are all working towards strong, stable currency. But what they do to support their export agenda is to provide incentives and actually including subsidies. That's the whole thing about export. That it has to be a hand-holding, massive support for export development. So if you're not careful and you are talking now about artificially devaluing the currency, you probably you'll be getting value, but at the same time you end up also destabilizing the economy. So what
to be able to implement all these policies, one factory per district, that's 216 factories. Now, to be able to establish 216 factories, you need 216 entrepreneurs. Now, these entrepreneurs need to be empowered, with equity, because Ghana, one of the major problems we have here, everybody's complaining about, is debt. We are in a debt environment. Now, one of the major problems we also have is that in our company's code in Ghana, it's dated as far back to 1963, and then our shares are below par value. So when you want to be able to do that, government need to empower the local entrepreneur with equity, like we have in South Africa, where we have like empowerment in Malaysia and other, US and other, even in Ivory Coast. Now everybody tend to celebrate, Ivory Coast, but you cannot go to Ivory Coast and have a 100% company, like that. There must be a foreign equity into it. So there must be first look at our laws, go back to the company's code to see how, entrepreneurs, Ghanaians can be empowered. Because when you go to those factories to be able to put up there, what are you going to do? If they think it's $1 million and Ghana is required to contribute $300,000, where is it going to get it from? You need to be able to have undiluted equity laws, which empower the Ghanaians to be able to know that this equity that you have, will be there, forever, will not be diluted. So those are the fundamentals you wanted to do before you go for industrialization,
And you say that you didn't find that in the policy?
Not in the policy, yeah. I didn't find it in the policy.
You think the party will listen to the advice you gave them to go back and possibly look at the policy all over again?
Well, they have to, because most of the people who are here, they been there before, the Minister of Trade, Konrad Apreko, whatever it is, they know AGI views. As the Ghana industry, like I said, if you look at the back there, most of the people, they've tried. But we need to be able to get that empowerment, to back, AGI or Ghanaian entrepreneur, so the policy document, they are fine, interest rates are fine, but you need to be able to empower. That empowerment must come, to the Ghanaian, like it happens in every country, in every regime.
Nanado, one district, one factory.
Nana Addo Dankwa Ekufuado. Nana Addo Dankwa Ekufuado.
Which mark Nanado?
There be Nana Addo Dankwa Ekufuado. Thank you.
Okay. One district, one factory. Policy, no. A home comedy no ne omeyi. One more a yen fiti juma. Kabumu kono ishia ya ono mudi na uti o madwen po na. Odo anodo nwere bi ngo.
Oh,
of
course, eba to their why not. It's a good thing. Yeah.
Se omu nyamwa unse esi etuo nya chiginafo a na ebo omu nyamwa sika mu asem ne eken tesu nko anante so mu
Them one banks they be banks but banks they are to the interest rate no. Ya na wo so na no kobobo tia dia kwaye adwuma ya na ahomte.
Say aban no banks ni mo ana
na my interest rate no so e ma no cost na wo ko pe bia wo bre ni ade nti enye bad idea say betimi abaso dia why not.
Enye easy sa so.
But enye bad ene no so no nka so no ebesi. So on cast one ABC or so or Beshema companies industries Ghana for a mebulu and penny for a juma or better how much more met me I know my.
But I dear me when is Utie and some of pay Kenya and even Utu Kwaya. So what almost Kobia Bekobia no on companies and industries
but enough from South Ghana had enough from because but if so basic one factory cry next small job
if the wall is there now create that environment now I hope say be able to me attract it but what's about
local investment and
local investment no foreign investment that's a partnership bit me abem because enuma no wo hwe ni yemu na kasa na so anya equity ni so a ebeding
na attract no so to be na attract na ysmp because attract you can open that attraction but say the panel how you will see that attraction is the issue
indicators no economic indicators with inflation no hwan no exchange rate no ka ho nyina will come to bear because amount for ehwe from afar sane ma no businessman sane ma no because when you predict
yes we can be and yeah test also can also determine the exchange rate we be you yen Ghana for na kase ye taste so
you taste
yen pay local taste
na
yen pay de bia anti obi e ko di Ghana anti de bia dollar yi and wo bre say ya
you taste your one and I was here world market demand no so
a
lot
of factors go into some
China
of this
we ni
me kwa no be de me nya de wo papa nti me have me fa ete mo hu nkeka bi sa
na ya de
na me excellence say na do say and no problem no kasa maka bi
all right anything
I short man wo mo account form de me wo kasa no answer me wo say we are benya duane de
yen hwe homra se ba na kwan no kakra wo mu dia na receive it word ko yen hwe homra se